This video is sponsored by NextPCB. NextPCB offers PCB manufacturing for as little as $0. This is limited to boards up to 2 layers, up to 10 pieces, and not bigger than 100 by 100 millimeters. You can start by entering your board information, the number of pieces, layers, and size. Select your shipment method and manually select the $0 manufacturing cost. A small NextPCB logo will be placed on your board. NextPCB is a real PCB manufacturer with more than 15 years of experience in PCB and PCBA services. NextPCB promotes the PCB safety with ISO 14001, ISO 9001, and UL certifications, so you can be assured in the quality of your boards. In addition, NextPCB offers other services such as sourcing components, PCB manufacturing, PCB assembly, testing, and final shipment of completed products. Sign up to get your first trial order on nextpcb.com. Now I will go ahead and install the 2 remaining servos on top of the base plate for the head. For this, I will need the base plate from the back of plastic parts, the 2 servos, and the 4 remaining M2x8 bolts and corresponding nuts for them. I'll go ahead and take out the bolts and nuts. Seems like the Elegoo people have included a couple of extra nuts for me in case I lose some. It's always good to have some spares, especially of small parts like this. I'll put the spares aside. Now I will go ahead and take out the base plate. It is this, the biggest part of the plastic parts. Put the rest for later. And now I will go ahead and start peeling off the protective layer of the plastic. If necessary, I can use the screwdriver to help me start peeling off from one corner. Carefully peel off. This is a relatively complex shape, so no rush, very slow. Don't worry if you don't peel it all at once and it breaks. You can always continue peeling the remaining parts. Again, the second side. Start from one corner. Peel slowly. The surface is completely exposed, nice and shiny. Let's examine the part. The part appears to be completely symmetric, so it shouldn't matter on which side I will install the servos. Now I'll go ahead and take out the 2 servos from the backs. Put the backs with the seats or arms and the small screw aside for now. We'll need the screw a bit later. And now let's move to the next picture and figure out how the two servos should be oriented. According to the manual, they should be oriented with the wires, the cables with 3 wires on this side, where is this big round hole and these 2 cut corners here. This will position the axle in the center. As you can see, if I turn them around, the axle will not be in the center. So we need it positioned in the center of this base plate. To secure the servo in place, we'll need to use the small bolts and nuts. Protrude the bolt from the side opposite of the servo through the base plate, then through the side of the servo, and using screwdriver, placing the nut on the opposite side, we can go ahead and slightly tighten it. Leave it loose for now, so we can adjust this side and make sure everything fits perfectly together. Now go ahead, repeat the same procedure with this side. Tighten with the screwdriver, and now I can go ahead and tighten everything in place. If necessary, I can use the tweezers to hold the nut while tightening on the opposite side. Like this. It seems to be quite tight already. So this servo is mounted. We'll mount the second servo the same way, again with the axle in the center of the base plate, the cable pointing toward this round hole here. Insert the bolt, place the nut on the side of the servo, and loosely tighten. Repeat the same with the second bolt and the second nut. And now go ahead and tighten everything in place. If necessary, use the tweezers. And this part is ready as shown on the picture. Now I'll go ahead with the next step from the manual and install the 4 small pillars from this back label number 5 using 4 3x5 panhead machine screws from back number 6. The pillars will be used to hold the control board, the Arduino based control board that will control the robot, the servos and everything else. I'll go ahead by taking out the 4 single pass pillars. They're the smaller ones from the back of pillars. The back contains 2 types of pillars. This is a longer double-sided pillar, and this is a single-sided male-female small pillar. We need the smaller one, which has male trap on one side. So go ahead, take out the 4 of them and leave the bigger pillars for later. They will be used for the battery box. I will also need 4 of these bolts. I'll go ahead and take them out from the back. Leave the rest for later. This is the bottom of the head where the servo axles are. So I will protrude the bolt from the bottom through the base plate, and I will place one of the pillars here and tighten it. Repeat the same with the rest of the pillars. For now I'll tighten them, so they will not be loose, but I will not over tighten them, since we may need to adjust them slightly when we install the control board. So don't over tight, just make sure nothing is loose. And this step is completed. The base plate looks exactly as shown in the picture.